What's up with it, bruh?
What's good, man?
Nothing much, man. Welcome back, man. I say that, start off saying that first.
Yeah, bro.
But for the people who don't know you, introduce yourself, man.
What's good, everybody? It's Pizzle, the one and only.
Yeah. Now, last time I had you on the show, you was on the show with Quali-T.
Yeah.
Goddamn me. I say, with this being your first time alone, we get into your backstory a little bit. Now, you're originally from St. Louis?
Yeah, from St. Louis, born and raised. Yeah, man, me and T, we're still together, bro. We're just, we got some shit we're doing together, some shit we're doing separately, that type of thing. But yeah, we're still on the same label, same company, all that shit, man.
Yeah, that's why I was at you last time we did an interview at your level, the office.
Yeah, he just released an EP a little bit ago, so, he got a solo project out. We're just doing the same shit, man. Yeah.
Now, what part of St. Louis did you come up in?
Shit, South County, bro.
South County?
Yes, sir.
How was it growing out there in South County?
It was good, man. I feel like it's, St. Louis, no matter where you go, there's always shit worse, But, yeah, man, it was definitely good. I went to Lindbergh, had a good group of friends, man. I love them to death, bro.
Most definitely. Now, with you growing up in South County, and I guess, I'm outside looking in. I'm going to just say that first. When I'm outside looking in, and I don't want to throw the race card in there, but you've been a white man from the South County, growing up in South County. How would you get influenced with hip-hop? Where would that influence start at?
Shit, man. I mean, I would say more just like environment and culture, you know what I'm saying? Back then, my cousin Brandon, we were all over the place. We'd be going up north on the east side, all that kind of stuff. So, just kind of been involved in some, extracurricular shit since I was young type shit. So that's kind of just evolved, man,
Yeah.
Just grew up with it, and, that was just one of those things where you heard it, you could feel it, you know what I'm saying? So, like, just the way that people could actually portray emotions and be creative in that aspect, man, hip-hop was just it for me. So
do you remember that first record you heard?
Well, I feel like since we're talking about the race shit, that's funny, man. I feel like the first big album, was Eminem, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, I used to listen to him all the time, but back then, Akon, Young Jeezy, T-Pain, Lil Wayne, all them, they were they're the big influences back then.
Yeah. Now, there's a big debate going on with Eminem. A lot of people, kind of giving him flack because they saying he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, of the whole rap thing. He's the best rapper, to do it. And, with the whole race thing, we don't get too deep in that, but you know how that go.
Right.
Outside of all, the criticism that come with that, do you think Eminem is considered one of the best rappers, or if not the best rapper?
I wouldn't say the best rapper, bro. I mean, if it came down to it, I feel like Tupac, and Biggie definitely would surpass, Eminem type shit. But I think he definitely created his own wave. I feel like even to this day, he still kind of has his own lane, and I feel like that was kind of a lane to where not many people could follow. So I feel like he's one of the only artists that again nobody can really replicate. I feel like that's kind of the unique aspect to him. But yeah, man. I mean, he's definitely a GOAT for damn sure.
Yeah. Now, how early on were you starting to experiment with hip hop as far as writing your own raps?
Bro, I remember I was in middle school, and there was this girl. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to do her dirty or nothing like that. But we wrote. we were just messing around with me and my friends, bro. We wrote this song about her, and it was talking shit on her, and everybody was bro, you're pretty good at it and shit, So I mean, it kind of just grew from that. TQ, he was definitely the biggest influence when it came down to actually making music versus just writing stuff and talking shit with friends, you know what I'm saying? So he was Without a Line. He did. He was doing a lot of, moving around quite a bit back then, and it was just one of the things I kept seeing it and kept kind of getting dragged in. And then one day I hit him up, went to his crib, we went to the basement, started recording stuff, and hey man, I remember I quit for a long time because everybody was making fun of me and shit. Everybody was calling me Eminem, bro. Everybody was calling me Eminem, which is ironic. But yeah, man, senior year of high school, you know, I kind of went through a phase where like I started like, you know, trying to clean myself up, and you know, I started working like a computer store and shit, and, you know, try to like get out of the bullshit of St. Louis, bro. And you know, once I kind of realized that, like, that's just not gonna work, you know, I kind of jumped back in with T, and we just kind of hit the ground running for real.
Yeah. Do you remember that first song you wrote?
I remember when I think of like the first song I wrote, I think of like the first song that I actually recorded like in Suburban Pro, like in like an actual studio, and that was like Insta-Ho. And I remember, bro, like the plugins and everything, man, like that was like a game changer for me, bro. I remember like listening to that song after it was done, man, and like that was like when it sunk in. I was like, all right, bro, like I'm definitely like meant to do this shit, you know? Yeah.
Now, My B, was that your first project?
Yeah. Well,
Professional,
yeah. We have a song or an album In the Basement. I mean, that shit's on like, what, SoundCloud or something? SoundClick. Yeah, man, that was like an experimental phase for damn sure.
Now, you, like you said, you and TQ, y'all been at this for a while now. What do you think it's going to take for you to get their full support from the city?
I feel like, low key, I don't think I would ever get the full support of the city, just because of like the structure and how everything kind of is here. You know what I'm saying? Like St. Louis is very much like a dog eat dog kind of place. You know, like very rarely do people try to like coexist. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always competition. But I feel like the growth aspect is kind of like, you know, bringing a lot more of St. Louis together. I mean, that's really, this last year, 2 years, bro, that's really been like our biggest thing, man. We took a step back and tried to think about like the business side of everything, and go from, you know, making music, going from the basement to going to a studio. Now we're like, all right, like we're gonna make this shit like an actual label. So like now we're partnering up with like so many different entities, bro. Like getting like relationships with like Vic Mont, you know, that kind of stuff. Like early in our like career, that was huge. I mean, right now, Midwest Avengers, like much love to them. Like they're getting us on like all these shows and everything. Like we had Springfield, like we had the whole city of Springfield like invest and sponsor that show. So I mean, it's just like little things like that, man. Like we've just been putting in the work for so long and meeting all these people. Like even with like the 30 Deep features, bro. Like I remember, you know, Chris Savage, he brought a bunch of people together, and his old studio actually down here on Wash Ave, and Jay Phipps from 104.1 was up there, and he just kept telling me, he's like, man, there's something like about your voice, you know. Like I kept going up to 104.1, like meeting him, all this stuff, and he set me aside and he was like saying all this stuff and telling me like, bro, like work with all these people, pay these little, you know, features, pay a couple $100 and get some people in the city to mess with you. So that's when, you know, like we got AMR D Honcho, and you know, then like a year later 30 started blowing up. So he just hit me up. He's like, hey, man, I got this opportunity, you know, that kind of thing. So, I mean, I feel like there's always going to be like that side of the city that's, you know, going to hate no matter what, you know, just because like somebody's doing shit that they're not. You know, I don't think that's ever going to go away. But, yeah, man, I feel like the pieces that are supposed to be there are definitely coming.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, like, you know, that you won't ever get the support of the city. Because even with somebody as popular as, you know, as she is now, Stacey Red, I feel like initially a lot of people wasn't. Some who were, you know, I guess supporting her music locally, but a lot of people wasn't. You know, supporting her music.
Yeah.
And now, you know, it's one of the things where they don't support you until you, you know, build a name for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely going to be the case, bro. I mean, there's also the fact that like people know me too, you know, like anybody that like graduated around like 2015, 2014, that type of shit, like they're going to know me as like my government name, you know what I'm saying? And they probably will never see me anything past that. But, you know, like again, bro, we go out to like Springfield, we go to these different cities, and Jay Pizzle, that's the only thing that they see, that's the only thing that they know. And I mean, that's like the impression that gets left. There's no like bias or like prejudged opinion, you know, type shit. So, but I mean, definitely, man, I think even with Sexy Red, man, I mean, she's the same way, you know. Like actually the song I had Bodies with AMR, it was between her and AMR to be on the song. And I chose AMR because at the time, he was, making more moves and he was doing a little bit more. But I mean, dude, she was down. Like, she would always answer my texts and stuff. We performed with her at the pageant. When we did some stuff with Don Tripp and Starlito. Okay. And I mean, bro, like, she was sitting there smoking with us, bro. She was pretty big at the time, and she wasn't like big-headed or nothing. Like, so I feel like those are the type of people that actually like make it. The people who like don't play like the too cool for you type shit.
Type shit. Yeah, I know a few people who play too cool and they ain't go nowhere. Not saying they can't make it nowhere, but like you said,
just limiting
they don't
themselves,
get you where far. It's a harder ride for them, a harder journey for them. Mm-hmm. The show in Springfield, it's been a minute. It's like that was like the latest show you did, one of the latest shows you did anyway. Mm-hmm. But it's been a while since you did a show between that time. Why such a long break? I know you kind of briefly spoke on it, but I'm gonna ask you again. Why such a long break?
I mean, we jumped on that show because we had like a back end opportunity with it, So like we actually helped everything kind of get like put together, towards like the later stages of the show. But I mean, man, like I was saying, bro, with St. Louis, it's like you kind of get to the point. I feel like this ain't even just St. Louis, just in general. Like I feel like we're not at the point where like we need to be like doing showcases or like anything like that. Like that's a big thing. Is like selling tickets here in St. Louis, that kind of thing. So like I'm not really trying to be on that side of it. I'd rather be on the opposite side where like I'm investing in a show to where I'm bringing like a bigger artist out here. We're actually making money off the back end, making money performing and different sides of it. So again, it's more just like the business side of it. It's like logistically does it make sense, not only like money wise, but like image wise too. Like I got invited to do a show this Friday in like 2 days. But again, man, it's like as much as like I want to spread the music and hit the masses, I feel like the way to do it is not doing like these smaller shows and portraying that smaller image anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's really where we're at with it.
Do you think St. Louis really have big enough market for the music industry?
I feel like it does. I feel like to an extent it's kind of been oversaturated with like the showcases and all that type of stuff. Because like, man, like I remember we'd go to like these shows and there'd be like 10 different artists opening up for like somebody like who's like medium big type shit, and one person would perform, other people would go up on stage, and then they'd hop off stage and everybody would leave, that type of shit.
Yeah.
So it's like
I see that a lot.
Yeah, like I'm not like trying to perform in front of the people who see me perform like 50 times. Like much love to all them, but half of them, like they're like on our team and helping us out, like move, that type of thing. So like again, like my time and my money, my resources are just more well spent getting more music and getting more things on the back end, where again we were trying to get Riff Raff in Columbia. Like I got my house, I got like a direct contact with them. We had everything pretty much taken care of, but they wanted to do some renovations last minute to the building. So we were supposed to do a show this month in Columbia, but again, man, that's just being delayed. We're going to do it when school starts and when people are actually there. That's kind of the next approach. Is once summer's over, we're going to hit these college towns and hit the ground running with that.
And it's funny you say that, like that. I go to a lot of shows and I see it a lot, that when a certain artist or somebody perform, his whole crowd leave or her whole crowd leave. Artists don't take advantage of those shows to take, opportunities to network with other artists in there. Like you said, you following up behind this artist. Let's say he brought majority of the crowd or whatever, or she brought majority of the crowd, and you don't get a chance to gain new fans. I think artists cheat themselves by doing that, man. Because themselves, they don't get a chance to gain new fans in the sense.
By leaving after they perform and all that? Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. I mean, again, like we've been involved in a lot of shows in St. Louis, but again, man, we're more like helping out with the back end stuff, like getting the logistics and everything taken care of. So, I mean, the whole aspect of why those showcases were valuable were for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would go there. I've met so many people, so many dope artists, by the way, like not talking bad about anybody doing that shit. But again, it's just like you kind of hit little baby steps, different levels to it. I feel like right now, we're established enough to where, like, again, like that stuff, them little shows, them little things, that's not going to be what's going to get us to the next level. It's not going to get us out of the city. I mean, that's really the goal for everybody.
Most definitely, most definitely. How important is the media, you know, the coverage in St. Louis, like as far as like the bloggers and things like that? How much impact does we have on you guys' careers? Do you think we have any type of impact on you guys' careers?
Oh, absolutely, man, yeah.
And do you think that the media is biased?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I know damn well, what is it? They do like top 20, top 50 in St. Louis and some shit. Ain't no way I ain't been on that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no possibility, bro. Like, with all due respect, man, like, there's a lot of talent in St. Louis, like, don't get me wrong, but I mean, bro, that nobody's just doing like what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of our music videos and everything, like just the amount of thought and the amount of creativity and how much, like, I mean, even like invested into it, man. You know, like nobody's gotten to that point in terms of like actually making it in St. Louis. You know, like Sexy Red, you know, she's doing numbers and stuff, but she's got like a major deal. Like, I feel like the only way to like beat us like in terms of like creativity and like what we are putting together, like you'd have to have like some serious money to do it. So yeah, man, I mean, things like that, bro. You know, I think there's definitely like a bias, but I mean, like what you guys do, it definitely helps, man. You know, I know these videos and everything, like the reason why I wanted to get back into doing all this is because, you know, like my social media, bro, like I feel like people, when they see my social media, they don't like see me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has that like hip hop, you know, like rap kind of image and shit, and it's like, you know, hard ass this, hard ass that, you know, like all that stuff. But I mean, bro, like I feel like with these interviews and with people actually like hearing from me and like talking, you know, that kind of thing, bro, like they're actually gonna tell like it's not just like me doing this as a hobby. Like, there's a lot of like forethought and like a lot of intelligence behind this. So yeah, man, I mean, what you guys do is huge, regardless, not even for St. Louis, but just in general, for like the community, the culture, all that stuff, man. People need to see beyond the music, see beyond like the music videos and the fucking reels that everybody's swiping up and down on and shit, you know? That's what it comes down to, man. People need to know like who I am.
Most definitely. Humanize the artist.
Exactly.
Yeah. With that being said, man, like right now you pushing blah blah blah. Talk about the record a little bit,
bro. I mean, we made that song 4 or 5 years ago, bro. Like, that's just, you know, kind of one of them songs where anytime we performed it, any show, anybody who's heard it, you know, that's kind of been like a song that everybody like gravitated towards. So, you know, we've just kind of been like keeping it in the back pocket, you know, again, getting like paperwork and all that shit right. Mm-hmm. Like, again, I made that song like 4 or 5 years ago, but I got everything set up for sync licensing and got the paperwork right. Shit, probably like 6 months ago, you know, once we started getting everything kind of taken care of. So now, again, not only do we like have the record, but now we have like the legal side of it. Now we can push it. We can get it in commercial placements. We can actually do something with the song to where we're not going to get sued from somebody down the road, or you know, we can't submit anything for whatever reason because of you know, like issues with paperwork, that kind of thing, man. Like, we have ownership over our shit now. I think that was a huge piece.
Basically, yeah, you said you own it. That's another thing that's very important. I think a lot of artists, you seem like lately they've been suing like the NBA. The NBA got sued for playing like music on their Instagram and stuff like that without permission. Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah.
I know Boozy just won a case.
He started it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, low key, that's how it should be, bro. Like, artists, there's so many ways to get screwed in the music industry, bro. Not even like from just shady people, but just, again, man, just not having your shit straight, bro. Like, you say one line, you know, in the song that is relevant, you know, like it, you know, what, Ski right now. Mm-hmm. If I say Ski in a song, I guarantee you Sexy Red's gonna come after me, sue it. She's probably gonna own more of the song than I do, just because I said one line in it, type shit, you know. So, bro, there's just a lot of going into it, and that's what I feel like people, you know, really aren't on our level. You know what I'm saying? Like, we run this shit like as a business, bro. Like, that is exactly like how people need to take it and how people should run their career. I mean, that's what it is. It's a career. It ain't a hobby.
Most definitely. A lot of people, some people, it's just a hobby. Which it starts like that, but you got once it becomes something you really learn the business side of it.
Absolutely,
I advise everybody to learn the business side of whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing. What's next for you though, man?
Well, we're like I said, man, we're doing so much behind the scenes work right now, man. I started a marketing company, so we've been, kind of taking it from just like the hip hop community and bringing it towards like more commercial stuff. Like we got computer stores, jewelers, sales companies, different things like that are hiring us to do their social media. So, I mean, bro, we just been learning anything and everything about social media. Again, create a whole business out of it. We're also doing a lot more events. Like I said, that Paul Wall, Yin Yang Twins, and Twista event that we did in Springfield. Again, much love to Midwest Avengers for like even having us be like a part of like what they're building. So a lot of shows coming up. We're gonna be doing some like little mini tours, things like that going on. But bro, like we just got so much music. And again, man, this last year, everybody like all the artists, everybody's starting to tap in now too. So we're gonna have a lot of songs coming out with some more local people to do a little bit more for the city. And again, that way, whenever we have shows here locally, we can get some shit going.
Yeah. Basically, man, like you said, you working, man.
Bro, never not working, dog. I swear.
You got anything, even last shout outs or anything before we head up out of here?
No, man. Make sure you guys tap into the song, blah blah blah. J Pizzle, Misfit Lennon. Shit's going crazy. Be on the lookout for all the new music that we're dropping. I know me and TQ, we got some shit in the works right now. Might have some samples we're trying to get cleared and shit, But yeah, man, just be on the lookout for anything and everything. And shit, if you want to work, hit me up.
Let them know they can work with you at. Shout out your Instagram or your socials.
Shit, The Classic JP, bookjpizzle.com or bookjpizzle@gmail.com if you guys want to, book some shows or. I mean, a big thing, if you guys want to throw a show or you want any big artists, like if you want Snoop Dogg or Sexy Red or somebody to come out here, let me know. We got the resources to bring them out here and to throw a good event. So definitely let's get it. And this space too. This place is about to open up, about to do some shows here.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. Hey, I appreciate your time, man. It's a pleasure always.
Much love, bro. Appreciate you coming back out, man.
No problem.